What's up, guys? Chase Oliver 68 here, bringing you Q&A. I believe this is number 9. I'm going to be answering your questions. If you guys want questions for the next Q&A, all you have to do is simple. Inbox me here on YouTube, or send them to me via Twitter. Okay, that's all you need to do, and that's pretty much it. First question comes from my boy, Khalil from Twitter, and he's asking me, in 2013, would you consider WWE a success or a failure? Now, let me tell you something here, Khalil. I don't know if it's considered a success or failure just yet. I'm not one of those people that hate John Cena so much where I think it's like ultimate failure. I honestly can't answer this question now, baby. Ask me this question near the end of 2013, then I'll give you my true, honest opinion. Because so far, 2013, not that bad. I think it's an okay so far. Okay so far. Let me just give you with the okay so far. It's not pissing me off too much. All right, let's move on to the YouTube questions. Will Ferrell, number 1, asked me, do you like the theme to Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and who's your favorite character of Fresh Prince? In West Philadelphia, born and raised. Hell yeah, I love the fucking Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme. I haven't seen that show in a long ass time. On a side note, but you know what? My favorite character, a lot of people seem to go with Carlton, and Carlton is hilarious. I would probably have to say Carlton or the dad. I can't remember the dad's name. I think it was Philip was his first name. I really did like the dad. The dad was a great character on that show. He was very, very funny. I can't remember if his name was Philip or not. It's been a long time since I've seen it. Which do you like better, Star Trek or Star Wars? Star Wars all the way. Fucking Star Trek. I never watched it. I watched a couple of Star Trek episodes, but not really big into it. What is your favorites? 1980s songs or 1990s songs? Well, Will Ferrell, number 1, I was born in 93. So obviously I'm going to choose 1990s. Duh. But anyways, thank you for the questions, buddy. And Carson440, as always, asked me 3 questions. Which of the 3 Mick Foley no DQ matches did you like the most? Cactus Jack versus Triple H at Royal Rumble 2000? Cactus Jack versus Randy Orton at Backlash 2004? Or Mick Foley versus Edge at WrestleMania 22? That is a very good question to ask there. But for me personally, the match that I like the most, I would have to go with Cactus Jack versus Triple H at Royal Rumble 2000. It built up Triple H's character very, very well and led to what was the McMahon-Helmsley era, whether you hate it or not. It led to that era, which was pretty good. And not to mention, you know, it added a little edge to Triple H that I thought he was kind of missing at that point. You know, Randy Orton, yeah, he won the world title later that year, and he's my boy and all. I'm not really going to give too much credit. And Edge, you know, it did add a little bit of edge to Edge. Get it? But Edge already had all those TLC matches. So, in all honesty here, the match I liked the most was the Triple H and Cactus Jack match. I watched that match when I watched Mick Foley DVD all the time. It's one of my favorite matches. His next question is, in your opinion, what is the most overrated video game ever? In my opinion, it's something Final Fantasy related. I always debate between 7 and 10. I would probably, because like I recently have, yes, believe it or not, people, I have touched Final Fantasy VII recently because my brother has it on his PS3, and I asked him if I can play it, and he was surprised himself. He was like, when I asked him, this is my brother, okay? My brother's just all playing video games. He's just like this, and then I'm like, yo, Reese, knock, knock. Can I play Final Fantasy VII? He was just looking at me, he paused his game, took off his headset, was like, did you say you want to play Final Fantasy VII? I'm like, yeah, I want to play Final Fantasy VII. So I have been playing some Final Fantasy VII. Just because I don't want to be ultimate bias, I want to be fair with the series, because I know a lot of people get mad at me that I don't like Final Fantasy a lot. But I would say that I would go with 10, because 10 always gets overrated, and I play 10 actually. Even when I wasn't really a big fan of Final Fantasy and I didn't like it. 7 I kind of like. And his final question is, I was never, but why did WWE drop the ball with Vladimir Kozlov after his undefeated streak and Shawn Michaels and not pushing him in the long run? Because when he was undefeated in 2008, because it seemed to me that WWE had plans for him to be a main eventer. Yeah, that's a simple question why Vladimir Kozlov wasn't pushed. It's because he was boring as fuck. Okay, you can't push something that's boring as fuck. I mean, like, Vladimir Kozlov was just so boring. There was nothing interesting to him. Like, he was getting the X-Pac heat. And even then, he wasn't even getting heat. Like, okay, when you're wrestling Triple H as a babyface and you're hard to get heat, or when you're wrestling Jeff Hardy, it's hard for you to get heat, It's really bad. I mean, as a talent himself, definitely an interesting prospect. I love double E. Okay, that was kind of stupid that you made him do that as his first couple appearances. But as a prospect and talent himself, very interesting. But the problem is WWE just never really got him right. They try to book him as some Sambo type fighter because during the time, I don't know if any of you guys noticed, but during the time when Vladimir Kozlov was on a huge run, there was a MMA fighter named Fedor Emelianenko who was considered one of the best fighters, and he was fighting Sambo type style. So they're trying to make him like kind of like their version of Fedor. I know it's weird comparing WWE and MMA, but they're trying to get fans over to just see who the fuck Vladimir Kozlov was. He just wasn't interesting, and that's why he never got the push. It's just because he wasn't interesting. It wasn't even like you wanted to boot a guy. You were just kind of like, oh my god, here comes fucking Vladimir Kozlov. Like, what the fuck? So pretty much that's why he didn't get the push. He just never really panned out, which is kind of sad, but it happens to most talents. Final Limits 1 asked me, what do you think of Taylor Swift's music, personality, and looks? I liked one song from Taylor Swift, like, you belong to me, you belong to me. I think that's a song that I like. Personality, I don't know her well. And looks, yeah, she's alright. I'll give her a 5. No, that's not alright. I don't think she's okay. Yeah. Thoughts on Wes Briscoe and Garrett Bischoff? Do you think they deserve to be top guys like Kurt Angle, being that they're still green? That's a very good question about Wes Briscoe and Garrett Bischoff. First, my thoughts, I've always been a huge Wes Briscoe fan, so I'm not going to really bash the guy. Garrett Bischoff's a piece of shit, though. Okay, I think Garrett Bischoff sucks bad. I mean, I thought they were doing a good job with the Hulk Hogan brother training the fucking Garrett Bischoff dude. But they were doing a bad job on that. And to me personally, it's just like, do they deserve to be top guys like Kurt Angle? Yes. I feel like, you know, when you get a rookie and you beat top guys, it means more. I mean, it's like, you know, when Sheamus, he was kind of green still. Did he deserve to beat John Cena? Did Wade Barrett deserve to be in the WWE Championship hunt? Did Randy Orton deserve to beat Chris Benoit? You know, it's kind of that question you're asking yourself. So if you thought yes to the 3 that I said, or you thought yes or semi-yes to 2 of those, then yeah, I think it's fine because, you know, that's what top guys are there for. They're there to be broken down. And would you even consider Kurt Angle a top guy in TNA? No, when I think of TNA top guys now, like Jeff Hardy, Bully Ray, Samoa Joe comes into mind. I guess Kurt Angle does come to mind a little bit, but not really huge top guy. Do you eat acai bowl? Aichiat bowl? No, I'm Indonesian. I eat satay and rice. No, I've never ate that. Sorry, I do not know what that is. I'm Indonesian. Wrong type of Asian, I guess. And WCW 3 count 123 asked me, have you ever called someone that made you angry a racial slur? Nope. I'm not a racist, man. Why do you think I'm racist? I'm just kidding. What do you think of a guy who beats the shit out of his girl because he found out she smokes and he's straight edge? Damn, I'm not gonna read the paragraph that you sent me, because I feel that's kind of personal for you, dude. So I'm not gonna read that out loud. But that's fucked up. Especially after I read the paragraph. You know, straight edge people, I guess they're kind of weird for doing that. But that's fucked up. I would never beat a girl for smoking. I don't have a problem with people want to smoke to get their stress away. That's what drugs do to you. For you guys that don't understand, never done drugs in your life, are straight edge, or just never want to dabble into it because it's not your type of thing. That's what drugs do. They help clear the mind. They help, you know, keep stress away from you. And I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure most of you know this. I'm an avid chewing tobacco person. I chew tobacco, and I chew tobacco because it helps relieve stress from me. I don't really like smoking cigarettes. My family has bad case of, you know, the lungs. Like my family on my dad's side, and you know, have like, you know, serious like times where, you know, our lungs are really bad. Like it's asthma and all that stuff. Like my lungs, I don't think are as bad as my brother's lungs. I know my brother's lungs are pretty fucked up. I know it sounds personal and shit, but it really isn't. It's not like I'm giving you my brother's height, weight, and everything about him, but he does have like the asthma, and he's not even a fat person. Like I'm fatter than him. Okay, so he has like kind of like messed up lungs, like, you know. But I do chew tobacco. Something I'm proud about, chewing tobacco. I don't suggest any of you guys do it. I just do it for me personally because, you know, throughout life, I've gone through a lot of stressful things or whatever I consider stressful. I don't really consider it stressful anymore, but, you know, at the time when it was happening, I thought it was very stressful. And I went to chewing tobacco. It's just natural that some human beings do it, some human beings don't. And congratulations to you if you stayed away from drugs. But yeah, that's fucked up. And then his final question is, why do people get cancer, Chase? It's a life punishment even for good people. Oh, no, he says, is it a life punishment even for good people? This is more of a question you would ask a doctor. I'm not a doctor, so I wouldn't really know too much about it. I just feel that, you know, people get cancer for certain reasons. Maybe to get them stronger. Maybe it's just something in the blood. I don't know. I'm sorry if I can't really answer you this question. I'm not a religious guy. I don't know if that's clear to you guys, but I'm not a religious guy. Otherwise, you know, I'm just not religious. I just don't know how to really answer this question, but very thought-provoking questions, WCW3 count. Real Spider-Man Noir fan asked me, what will you do if caught someone breaking into your house at night and that person was someone you knew and hated with the passion from your past? Ooh. You know, that person probably would have gotten shot by then, and I would probably be going to jail for shooting someone at my house. The reason being is I'm not saying that just because I hate the person. It's because I do have a gun in my house. You know, if I hear someone try to break in, I bring that gun down, and the first thing I do is I shoot their legs. In all honesty, that's what I would do. That would be the first thing I do. Or if not, I would have a baseball bat. I probably would not even think of looking at who the person is. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Don't know really how to answer your question full in depth. What do you think of Lindsay Lohan, and why is she always an attention whore slut? Because it's fucking a Disney Channel star. But what else do I need to really say? I mean, because, okay, let's put it this way. You know, think about it if you're in Lindsay Lohan's shoes. I mean, you know, back in the day, you were the girl guys wanted to look at. Back in the day, you were the people agents were calling to be in their movies and to do photo shoots. You know, back in the day, you were the hot shit. And all of a sudden, now you're no longer the hot shit. You didn't continue the good track record that you were at. Now you're kind of just back at square one. Just put yourself in Lindsay Lohan's shoes. I mean, for example, you know, professional wrestlers today are good examples. You know, you hear some old professional wrestlers just, you know, go crazy and just speak like random shit. Like Superstar Billy Graham is a great example. Bless his heart, one of the greatest professional wrestlers ever. But you know, that whole shit that he was talking about, that one video, I don't know if y'all saw it, but it was a weird ass video. And the thing is, you know, Superstar Billy Graham was just like, you know, talking all this random shit, and he was trying to get himself back into the professional wrestling world, like Ultimate Warrior. Remember that one time when he was feuding with Hulk Hogan or some shit on YouTube? You know, that type of shit. You know, it's just kind of like, you know, once you were the hot shit, you get that in your mind, and you always think you're the hot shit, no matter what, no matter what. And so I feel that's what is going through Lindsay Lohan's mind. Just put yourself in Lindsay Lohan's shoes. And do you eat saltine crackers? Yes, they're fucking good. I love saltine crackers. And thank you for the question. Cantorous Mike Work, what do you think of Nature Girl 30? I love Nature Girl 30. She's a nice lady. I have no problems with her. We talk on Twitter. Regina's cool, so I like her. No problem with her. Have you and Deluxeman ever had beef? If so, why? And why not? And how did you guys settle it? I think Deluxeman and I had a beef. I don't know if he still doesn't really like me. I don't mind him. I still watch his videos and his content. If he doesn't watch mine, it's whatever. We had a beef. It was just something over a Daniel Bryan situation, but I think we kind of settled it, and I personally think we're cool. If he doesn't think we're cool, fine by me, but I don't think there's any beef between us. I think we're chill. And what do you think of Lil Wayne and the fake BS of him almost dying and the black basketball player who broke his leg during the game? Well, I don't care what Weezy does. Honest to God truth, if he was almost dying, that's sad. Rest in peace, almost. But he didn't die. So I don't find it relevant to me. But Kevin Ware. Sad story. It was really sad to see that happen. It makes you kind of afraid to jump. I'll just say that. If you guys seen the injury, you know what's up. Don't watch the injury if you haven't seen it. It's nothing fun. It's nothing fun to laugh at. It's just this. It's just gives me nightmares to jump sometimes. One of my friends said that he had a nightmare of that, of him jumping and doing that to him. It's kind of sad. But thank you for your questions, Cantorous Mike Work. And final question comes from Brownian96. Hopefully I pronounced that right. How can the WWE get crowds pumped up each week like they were at Raw after WrestleMania? It adds to the show and makes it seem like a big deal. Well, let's see. For example, they could actually make the faces that the people cheer into faces, the people that they boo into heels. Write good storylines, and hopefully a bunch of internet smarks buy tickets. Because that's like a WrestleMania crowd. I mean, all those guys, like, you know, pretty much, like, if you watch WrestleMania and you saw, like, most of the people in the front row, guaranteed you probably noticed, like, the same amount of people. I saw the Brock Lesnar guy, dude. The Brock Lesnar guy was in the front row of WrestleMania 29, and he was in the front row of this show. I don't know where the We Hate Cena guy was. And I forgot to mention this in my WrestleMania 29 review. Where the fuck was that LeBron James guy? You guys know who I'm talking about, right? You know, he was in the front row from like 23 to like 27. Maybe 20, he was there in 28, but Justin told me that he was like on the side. But you guys know who I'm talking about, right? He wore the Cleveland Cavaliers shirt. He's like, yeah, man. Like he's the Mrs. friend. He's the Mrs. friend. I know that. Like, where was that guy? I didn't see him. Kind of upset that I didn't see him. He's one of my favorite fans to watch. I mean, he's hilarious. But it's just hard because, you know, it depends on the market, depends on the fans that are going to the show, you know, how crazy they will be. You know, those fans last night, it's going to be hard to replicate that. I mean, those fans reminded me of, like, when I used to watch tapes of fans, like, in the 80s to the 90s of the WWF and the WCW with the NWO. Those fans, when WCW was with the NWO, remind me of those fans in New Jersey. And then some of the Attitude Era places they would hit up, you know, those fans remind me of those fans. Like, you know, they reminded me of old school type of fan. Well, not old school. I would say they reminded me of somewhat old school fans and a lot of fans that we've seen in the last 15 or 20 years in past pro wrestling. You know, they remind me of those type of fans. And, you know, the WWE just has to try to follow up with this and try to keep their product as good as interesting. Because, in all honesty, I'm hearing more people talk about how the fans were better than Monday Night Raw. So if the fans were better than Monday Night Raw, what's that say about the product? You're more interested in the fans than the product in the ring. Is that kind of a bad thing? I don't know. That's up for you to decide. I think that is a bad thing if people are more excited who's in the audience cheering than the fucking people in the ring. I think that could be a problem. But, yeah. In all honesty, I loved the fans last night. Great fans. One of the best crowds I've heard in a long ass time. Like, probably next to the Chicago crowd in Money in the Bank. And what was that one? Or the Toronto crowd for 18 was fucking stellar for Rock and Hogan. When Hogan hooked up, that was fucking awesome. But other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it for my Q&A. Thank you guys for all the questions. Remember to keep sending in your questions to me. I think I might do 2 Q&As this week, so yeah, maybe not. I'll decide. But anyways, guys, quick little update. I might be getting a job soon as a security guard. Yeah. So if I do get that job and I get my guard card and I end up, you know, working as a security guard, I definitely will keep you guys updated what's going on and updated on this channel. And thank you guys for all the support. You know, I've been getting a lot of support in these last months for my videos, and I just want to thank you all personally because y'all make me want to keep doing these videos. In 100% honesty, it's just like without you guys commenting every single week, whether you guys like just supporting my videos every week, just watching it on Twitter, you know, I wouldn't want to be doing these videos. So thank you all. But I'll definitely guys keep you updated if I get my guard card and if I become a security guard and I act like those douchebags at the mall. Yeah, you damn right I'm going to be a douchebag at the mall. Anyways, guys, see you all next time. This is Chase Albert 68, and the Impact review will be this Thursday. Yeah, brother, I'm doing an Impact review, dude. And there's a reason why I've been holding them off. You'll see why in the Impact review. Peace!